Hello, from this side is Adam. I'm a medical trainer and mobility coach. Today with me is a special guest, Nick Pilates, straight from Germany. And you are specialized in Pilates and in dancing as well. He was the professional dancers coming to me because he has some problems in his body.
Thank you so much. I am like I told you, Pilates instructor, but my weak part is like the shoulder, like this alignment you can see, and all the exercises. I need to stabilize my shoulder blades as well. So it's
Whenever you're training, you're exercising. So Pilates, you feel the tightness and you feel discomfort as well.
I mean, in Pilates I work a lot with my core stabilization, but like I was dancing a lot, I have a lot of problem or tightness with my shoulder. So.
And as well, this tightness in the shoulders is coming most common from the hips as well, because you feel that your hips are tight and you have a discomfort in the lower back as well. Yes, and as we can see, because before we did the all diagnosis in his body, that's our second session. So I did the first all the diagnosis. So I scanned his body straight away from the foot all the way to the top, so we could see that in the foot were flat. So as you can see, the foot are flat. So there is not a proper amortization in the feet. As you can see in here, they are collapsing inwards. The knees are going in here to the valgus, so the pressure is coming from the foot to the knee to the hip. Then it's affecting our lower back, so the discs are crushing each other, and then the pressure from the hip is coming to the shoulder. So as you can see that this side is much more tight and tense, and that's why it's providing many discomforts when we are exercising. As well, you can see the scapula is lifted and is higher. This part of the body is higher. As we could see, if this shoulder is problematic, then the opposite hip is more tense, more tight, and then as you can see that also this foot is worse. So from the foot the problem starts. As soon we were doing a lot of dynamic dancing, exercising, then was affecting our hip, and then opposite of the side of the shoulder. Yeah. So with this problem a little bit we have rounded shoulders as well and kyphosis position. So there is gonna be a lot of work to fix. And as well as we can see that you hear from the pelvis, as we can see we have one bone, another bone. So we are standing in here in anterior pelvic shift. Yes, and also posterior pelvic tilt. So the pelvis is rotated to the back, and also we have this shift in here. Why? Because our glutes in here, they are not active. Here you can see that there's weak in the glutes and hamstring is taking over. So this is over tight. Over tension, the hamstring is providing that our glutes is not active, and we have in here flat back as well. Yeah? So that kind of trouble, what we can see while we walking, while we exercising, that there is a lack of stability in here in this region on the pelvic floor. So the main focus on this one is gonna be to addressing in here the pelvic stability, building the stronger core. Yes, loosen up the tightness from the hip rotators and activating our glutes. And right after, as soon we're gonna loosen up the tightness from the hips, then we're gonna be able to mobilize our shoulders and loosen up the tightness from the upper traps. Great. Yeah. So upper traps is over tense because as well the lower trapezius and medius trapezius is also weak. So we're gonna work on this to be able to provide this retraction for the shoulders, to pull the shoulders to stand up here. To be able to, as soon those muscles are weak, then this one is taking over tension. So in here we're working too much. So as soon as we're gonna address this one, it's gonna help us to depress a little bit our scapula, loosen up the tightness in here from the upper region, and strengthen the lower part. And then we're gonna bring it back. Sport is not always related with the health. It's completely different if we do recreational stuff. So the people train recreationally from time to time, and they are not forcing themselves for the maximum. But as soon we have like these forces that we go for max, like every sport, every athlete, there's always some injury coming, and some always kind of muscle imbalances because we want to pull for maximum effort. So we need to remember that the mobility part, mobilization, proper mobilization, and strengthening the weakness part is the most important, and it's gonna give us the result. The other thing what we need to remember is that like whatever we do in our life, only the training specific for Pilates is not going to be enough. We always need to address as well kind of form of mobilization. Yes, the same stretching is not enough because the trigger points, we need to find those points and release to be able to bring the elasticity to the muscle, and then we can fully stretch and achieve the better results. So the first part, what I wanted to as well show, as you can see, this foot is going to be straight. Yes, this one we're going to bring in. So as soon as I'm going to pull in, this leg is going down, yeah, it's going up. So if I'm gonna address in here the points, that's gonna be sensitive area, yeah, and painful, yeah. Same thing is on the other side. That's a Thomas test to check how is our anterior muscle tape working properly, yeah. So going more. So hold it for me. As you can see, the leg is going up. If I'm gonna address those points, it's painful, yeah. So we were already a little bit mobilizing on the first part, so it was looking even worse. But the main problem as well in here, why the pelvic floor was not stable, because there is a lot of tension coming from here. So the diaphragm was not active, our main stabilizer and breathing muscle was not active, so there was big tension. And as well in here, ilialis, so that connection with which is coming through from the lower back all the way to the pelvis and is connecting our legs. Yes, with the upper body was also loose. There was a lot of tension here coming through because of generating a lot of forces while you were dancing. So that's the main job for me, to be able to loosen up what we have to lose, this tightness from here, and be able to as well release the tightness from the hip flexor. Then it's gonna help us to bring the proper function in here and bring the pelvis floor in the right position. Okay, and now from here, when we were there was a test how actually our hip flexor was strong. So in the previous part what we were showing, there was not enough strength. So whenever he was pulling, I was able to press. There was no strength totally in the leg. Yeah. Let's check now. So keep going. Hop. As you can see, there is no strength totally. Hop. I'm able to pull it without any strength in my hands. So he's supposed to be able to hold it, that tightness, and hold it, this strength in it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hop. 1, 2, 3. Hop. It's better than it was before because totally it was going up. But more mobilization in that region is going to help us to bring back that proper function for the muscles to be able to hold the strength, yeah, and as well supporting your lower back, yeah. Because if this one is tight, it's providing ease in here to the more problem and with the disc on the back. Okay, now we're gonna check in here how the shoulders works. So it's one, another one. So as we can see in here with the external rotation, there is no problem. We can place the hand in here, it's no problem. But as soon as we're gonna check the internal rotation, pain, yeah. And this is our limitation. As you can see, is 30 centimeters out. So we will be trying to go all the way down without. You see the movement of the shoulders coming up. It's not what we want to get, yeah. And other side as well. Left and in here as well, similar story, similar problem. That's why we have so much tension coming through, because this connection in here, yes, problem. Then what we can check is how the muscle tape is working. So leg is going here, and then shoulder is lifted all the way in, yeah, up. So as we can see, we have a problem in here, which is coming from the hip through the lower back and to the shoulder from the chest. So all this muscle tape in here is tight, but we will have to address and shorten to pull all the structure, mobilize to be able to bring it back our shoulder mobility. That's why we have problem with the upper traps and with the not proper function with the scapular, because all of those muscles starting in here from the chest and shoulder connection through the lats and lower back through the hip. Yeah? If I'm gonna press in here, that's painful. So hip rotators are not active and too stiff. And other side. And also one side is more tight than the other one. Eh? This one is straight. This one is going here. Yes, here is a similar problem. Yeah? Shoulders lift and should be all the way on the ground. So this area will be hefty. If I would force and stretch, there will be only problem and pain, and it wouldn't be comfortable, and we could even break the connection muscle. We never go and strong pressing in that points. We need to release those tightness by proper massage in here around those points, and then you will see how nice and easy is going everything. Yes, how nice and going. We're gonna try to bring it back everything by proper breathing exercise. Okay, now I want you to lay on the chest. So turning for me, and we're gonna check how our glutes are strong. Yeah? So that's the test for the glutes. And from here, try to press up for me. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, nothing. Yeah, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, nothing. Again, 1, 2, 3, no power, yeah? So as you can see, I'm not pressing that much, yeah? Here, 1, 2, 3, hop, 1, 2, 3, yeah, so, and hamstring, you see we was engaging in hamstring already in that position. So that's why we can see that the hamstring is taking over than the glutes. And if the hamstring is taking over than the glutes, then it's already putting our pelvis in the wrong position, it's taking over, and then we cannot engage the powerful hip extension, because the glutes is responsible for the powerful hip extension whenever we going from place to place or we run. And then let's see how the strength of the hamstring. So try to force against me. You're gonna put to the ground. Hold it, hold it, hold it. So you see in here there is a strength, but it's also very tight. So it's limiting us from the achieving power. Yeah, go, go. 1, 2, 3, hop. 1, 2, 3, hop. Yeah. Okay, so as you can see in here, this super tight and super tense, but also becomes very weak. If I'm gonna address those points, it's a painful.
Yeah.
So where is the connection of the hamstring, which is going all the way to the pelvis, and is connecting in here, yes, with the glutes. From here, from that region, that's why there is a lot of trigger points and tightness, which is taking over from that. Yeah, so as soon as we're gonna address those points that we're gonna loosen up, then we're gonna again put a corrective posture exercise for straightening, activating glutes. And in here on the lower back as well, I can feel there is a lot of tightness. Yes, in this area, you can feel it there in between. Okay. All right. Now I want to see that if you're gonna force against me, so I'm gonna open and do not let me open. Yeah. So we're gonna check how strong are abductors. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, it's not able to hold it, force it. Yeah. And abductors should be strong. So also gluteus medius and hip rotators are not working functionally properly because they are over tight. Remember that over tightness, we need to remember over tightness is providing us to weakness. Yes, and not able. And try to, no opposite, I'm gonna compress and you hold. Yes, so 3, 2, 1, yeah, do not let me close your legs, do not let me close, go, 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 go. Help. Again, also weak, very weak, yeah, go, 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 again. Lost, not able, yeah. Another test what we can check, how our pelvis is, position of our pelvis. So there are two bones in here structure. So we can see that the one is higher, one is lower. Where is my finger? This one is higher, this one is lower, yes? So already this test is gonna tell me that the position of the pelvis is like this. So he is more shifting to one side as well. That's why the scoliosis is coming and his back is not straight in the same time. And it's more loading on that one. So this hip is already more tight and more affected to the tension because of the wrong position of the pelvis. So if our pelvis is more like sideways, then each time when we're stepping, we're putting more pressure in here. And this is right that you're already feeling more tightness here. And then it's affecting opposite shoulder, more tightness. So the quick test, another test what we can do, stand up in here. And let's go and lift, yes, lift. So stand up on the one leg, up for me. So as you can see in here, we have stability, we have balance. But let's check other one. In here, yes, we are already shifting on one side because of this tightness. Eh? So it's a little bit discomfort in here. Yeah, but we can see that the body is not fully straight. Yeah, yes, again, yes, and again. One more time. One, yes, yes. The body is shifting. Other one, in. Okay, and we need to compensate to be able to hold the position. Yeah. Okay. Now we go down, and as you can see in here, there's another two. Yes, which is gonna tell us this one is higher, this one is lower. So where is the tension? Higher, lower. Yeah. Yes, two bones, not straight. Yeah. Okay. So to be able to bring it back, the pelvis in the proper position, which is gonna help us to really bring the proper function for his body and strength. There is an exercise which is helping us to really activate those muscles and in the same time pop up pelvis and lower back in the same position without cracking his bones, which is more effective and more for the longer term good for the body to be able to bring the proper function. Yeah, so we're gonna go laying down on the back, press with the lower back to the ground, two legs gonna be up. Yes, another one, and one hand is gonna push strong, one is gonna be pushing, other one is gonna pulling. from that side, yes? Okay, pressing lower back to the ground, and now we go 3, and remember knees are gonna be on the same line. We're gonna breathe deeply, yes? So remember, when you exercise, this exercise is very hard. It's gonna be really like fighting with your body. So it's not easy, it's very effective. Intensive, and it's gonna be for 10 seconds. One side is pushing, one is pulling. 3, 2, 1, and we go. Hop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathing, 6, 7, 8. We need to remember lower back is pressed to the ground, core is tight, and we keep going, another 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we switch the side. Yes, 1, 2, 3, there we go. Hop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, another 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Do you feel on one side somewhere more tension?
Yes. This is weaker than that.
Yes, so one is weaker. So one where is more tightness, more tension, you feel weaker.
Yeah.
So that's why we do on both sides to be able to bring it back the same neutral position and same power, yeah, to bring. Then we can press from the other side more. And then another thing, this exercise you can do all perform by yourself. I recommend to repeat 3 circles. If you don't have any partner, because normally I do in here that I'm contracting, yeah, so we're fighting against me and I'm gonna compress, but we can involve this exercise by yourself as well, putting the fists we're gonna place here, strong, but the head is down, yes, and bring the feet in, the legs up, and now in here we're fighting, so we're trying with the legs, we're closing as strong as possible, and with the fists we are opening, yeah, so let's go, 3, 2, 1, there we go. Remember, core is tight, lower back press to the ground, and breathing. And go, strong, as strong as you can, There we go, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hop. Okay. And even with this one, it's so intensive that you can feel that something will crack even, sometimes in here, and it will pop up on the proper place, yeah? It may not happen on the first time, but as soon we repeat the 3 circles. Yeah? Of course, more effective is if I'm gonna hold and we're gonna press. But by yourself, you're training the systematic routine, it will help you a lot with bringing in here stability, strength, and proper placement for the pelvis, which is gonna help you to keep your spine as well neutral later on the road, and it's gonna activate all of those stabilizer muscles. Okay. So now I'm gonna press and you're fighting against me, eh? So we're gonna go 3, 2, 1, strong, as strong as you can, keep going, go, press, let's go, there we go, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, okay, and relax. After this one, we need to remember that we're gonna place our feet one another to the side, and we go across, and loosen up that, yeah? So when we are fighting in here, intensive, we need to remember that between is good to do this break, to loosen up the tightness, and it's gonna help us really to feel better around this region. Loosen up. Okay, another exercise which is gonna help us to activate as well our glutes and bring stability, and as well help us to really decompress. So whenever if we're walking with this wrong pelvis position, we're putting all the time pressure on the disc. So if we want to decompress, we can help us to bring flexibility in here by training. So you want to do the bridge in here, yeah, so we want to do anterior pelvic tilt, so we want to tilt, so we need to feel this relation between our pelvis region in here. So we want to bring our nice in here, nice. So we want to see we open up, so we're creating in here nice space to be able to take this disc off, give them a break from the pressure from gravitation. So you want to press lower back to the ground as strong as possible, tie the core, and then we're going in here to posterior pelvic tilt. So from anterior pelvic tilt we go to posterior pelvic tilt, and then we go up, fire glutes, and going up as far as possible. And then we can check in here if the glutes are tight, if they are strong, and the hamstring shouldn't be used too much. Yeah, so this one should be loose, yes, and glutes should be on fire. As you can see in here, it's much harder, and in, yes, we go down. Very often happen that if you do normal glute bridge, it's gonna if your glutes are not active and hamstring is taking over, you really, if you're gonna do normal without this pelvic floor relation and activation of those muscles, you're gonna keep going and using hamstring only, which is gonna provide even more to compensation and more to destroying your posture. That's why this is the key to be able to fix that problem. So we're gonna go again, flexing in here, maximum, yes. It's worth it to stay a little bit longer in that position and make sure that we're gonna activate, and then we're gonna go to posterior pelvic tilt, maximum in here, pressing, core is tight, and then we go up, as strong as possible, higher. As you can see in here is power. In here is power, this is tight, and this one is more loose. That's good. But we're gonna keep on going, very, very important. If you cannot involve, if your hamstring is still working too much, we need to go back to the foam rolling. We're gonna need to go back to the putting the board for across, looking for these trigger points, then stretch, and then keep going to this exercise. So myofascial release, trigger points, are gonna be crucial in here to be able to go later on the road, activate, and go to the corrective posture exercises. Yeah? Let's go again. So we're creating in here nice space, pressing down maximum, and then going up. Yes, and this is what we want to achieve. 1, 2, 3, staying about 3, 4, 5 seconds, and then we're going down. And what's your feeling about this one? You really feel that it works?
My glutes are working and my hamstring is relaxing.
Yes. So as you can see, the proper exercising may help.
Yeah.
But the wrong exercising may gives you worse things, and destroying. Yeah. So that's important to feel that relation, and listen to your body, and trying to programize, so add the proper plan to your training routine to be able to help. Yeah. Okay, and let's go again. We're gonna do the push and pull technique. So we're gonna go push and pull by yourself, strong. 1, 2, 3. So after those, we're coming back again to the circle. I would recommend to do 3 times on the road the circle that we're gonna do push pull. Then we do relaxing. Then we are trying to press strength again, and then again we do the glute bridge with the proper pelvis floor activation. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Strong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we squeezing in here. Yeah? So fighting. Strong. 1, 2, more open. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and relaxing. Yeah. So open your legs, wider. Other one as well. There we go, from side to side. Yes. So this one is important to be able to fully feel the movement, the relaxation. Yeah? And already this exercise is going to help us to loosen up that tightness from the region around the pelvis and hips. Then the mobilization method is going to be much easier and less painful for the person who is doing. Very good. Okay. And another thing, if we want to, we need to know that whenever we have a lack of mobility in the hips, then it's affecting stability in the lower back. So if we don't have the proper movement in here, the body this is how we are created. If we don't have this mobility, then we have a system which is compensating. I don't have movement here, let's bring the movement from up, and then we're going. So from here, if we don't have enough mobility in the hips, then our region which is supposed to be stable, so lower back, lumbar spine, and our pelvic floor is becoming unstable, and then the bones are moving, constructing, especially if we have feet which are flat, and then each time we're generating pressure, then our discs are starting moving where they're supposed to be stable, especially in the lower region and in the pelvic floor. So to be able to bring stability and pop up, bring our disc on the proper position, there is another exercise which we can do by ourselves with the daily train. Is gonna help us really to feel the effect. And you, at the beginning, if you're gonna engage properly, you may feel even the crack with that you're gonna pop up by yourself, and it's, like I say, it's more effective, it's work for the longer term, it's more healthy for our body than if you're gonna go to chiropractor, which is gonna only crack your bones, and then after 2 weeks it's coming back the same. That was your also experience, that whenever you go to chiropractor, he just crack your discs, yes, your bones, But if the structure is still holding, the muscles are still in tight and they're holding the tension in the body, then in 2 weeks you're gonna go back to the same like you were. See, because you don't address, this is how we were created by the nature, that we need to teach our body how to hold the tension in our body, how to release in the same time, and by the nerve system teaching the proper pattern, how you move, how you work, how you run, and then it's gonna make the definition, that application is gonna make the definition for the long term.